I mean, I was a regular, upstanding member of society for a very long time. I had a real decent career going before I made my mistake that sent me into incarceration. And yeah, it's amazing what that does to you. I don't think anybody can appreciate what going just through the legal system and then through incarceration and the process of coming back out and trying to reacclimate to the world. And you can't just pick up where you left off, obviously.
One of my biggest life goals is to be able to own a home. I do have 4 young children, and I want them to be able to grow up in a stable place and have a home that they can say, like, this is where we grew up, this is our house. Like, that's something that's really big for me, is just that stability for my children and being able to have a place to like call mine and not have to move all the time. And then the other big thing is that I want a career. Right now I work in the restaurant business and that's fine, but to me it's not a career. It's not something I have like my retirement set up through. It's not a job that I can retire in. It's a strenuous job. At some point in life I'll have to stop that. So I'd much rather get myself a good career that, obviously pays the bills and keeps us afloat and stuff like that, and then have a home to go home to at the end of the night to call mine.
The overview of the AIC program is basically a client is referred to us if they're pre-trial where the judge is still in looking at their case. When they're sent to us, we determine the client's needs, whether it be case management, whether it be groups. So once a client is placed into a particular group, we regularly send the court a report. At the time when the trial for the client is completed, the judge might take in consideration their performance at the program. Sometimes the case might even be dismissed, or it could be taken consideration for a lesser sentence. The clients that are already completed their sentencing and they're in probation or parole, those clients are sent to us also pretty much same services, case management, assessments to determine what kind of group they might need. And the groups that we offer are employment services, substance abuse, reasoning and rehabilitation, which is pretty much a means of having the client think before they act, which obviously is what got them in trouble before. So hopefully this time they do not reoffend. And also then we also offer the employment services and job development, which we teach them how to secure an employment by how to present themselves in an interview. That's a part of the employment services. And then the job developer works with them hand in hand in ways of applying for a job and actually going for the interview.
A few years back, I taught cooking classes to the clients to help them get jobs in the restaurant field. I also have connections at the community college where I can get scholarships for the clients to take their ServSafe courses so they can get licensed to be able to work in kitchens and work in restaurants and things of that sort. So we brought the forklift in, they brought OSHA 10 in. So I'm constantly looking for new certification classes and new things for the clients to do that would make them be that head above the other person that's out there looking for the job. They come in with the stigma, unfortunately, and when they're going to look for a job, they have that stigma of being convicted of a crime. So if we can offset that by offering them the opportunity to get these certifications and to be the step above, which kind of erases the stigma. So that's my goal, and that's been my goal since I started bringing these things in.
We do work with, like I said, we have our referral sources that work closely with us. And we also work with other agencies within the community that try to, we try to tie their services with our clients' needs. We have people that offer employment. We have people that offer other needs that the clients might have, housing, utilities. And all this works in conjunction with our services too. That way the client can be able to stand on their own and make something of themselves.
We'll do the assessment, or depending on the referral source, especially probation, they may already come in with the assessments completed. So it's just having that conversation with them at intake to see where they're at and what we can do to help them with their personalized goals that they want to reach, whether it be finding employment, emotional background, any issues that's there. A lot of the women we work with have a lot with domestic violence, so getting them connected with the resources and feeling better about themselves and building themselves back up so they can make those choices on their own and not go back to the same situation.
And some could be with us depending on their referral source. They can be with us for a 30-day window. They can be with us for 6 months. They can be, sometimes a person is with us over a year, depending on their charges, depending on their circumstances. So if they're referred from parole, their time with us may only be, 2 months or less than 2 months, because they're just referred to participate in a group setting. And those, like I said, the group setting is like 14 sessions, so that's roughly about 7 weeks or 7 to 8 weeks. So that will come from the referral source of parole. From court, it varies because it is based on the participants' circumstances and why they were referred and what particular law that was broken or they need to go through. So that's why the length of time could be longer than 6 months, because the case could be still pending and continuing.
One of the biggest challenges is definitely the resistance that we get from clients sometimes, either not wanting to do group or feeling that what they're coming here for isn't that serious or that they don't need help with it. So we really try and do a team effort to help them realize that, maybe with TAD, usually is where it comes up with TAD and the substance use, they have to come to that point where they want to make the changes themselves to do better. So we work together with the case management and the group hand in hand to say, we lead them to where they want to go and tie it into the other goals that they want to work on.
Honestly, I've had a much better experience than I thought I would. When I first came in, I was really kind of uncomfortable to be here. And I kind of felt that, like, when I first came in, I kind of felt more like the world was looking down on me and that, like, oh, I messed up and then I went to court and I got arrested over some dumb stuff. And then, like, I was made to come here and I was, like, all afraid that everybody was going to be, like, mean and judgmental and stuff like that. And then, like, the more I come, the more, like, I actually don't mind coming now. I like going to my group and I like talking to my case management person and I like kind of having just, like, the place to go where I don't feel judged, because everybody is really nice here and it does kind of make me feel more comfortable that I have to come here. I kind of realized, like, when I started coming here that, like, I don't take the time to spend with other people and that I don't take the time to spend on my, like, mental health, and so I really struggle with that and just trying to deal with, like, the everyday crap that comes along and, like, the situations that have put me in where I do end up having to be at AIC and stuff like that. And they've all been really supportive and, like, talking me through, like, a really dark part of my life, but also just helping me understand what the emotions are and, like, how to process that and, like, what I could do next time, or, like, maybe if I couldn't change anything, like, how to just be able to manage that in my own mind better.
A lot of the clients that come in, they're definitely at their bottom or almost at rock bottom. So to help them meet those goals and watch them make those steps to get there and doing it on their own from when they first came in and said they couldn't do it to now here they are discharging and they're doing amazing. It gives you the reason to come into work. If you're not doing it to help the clients that are coming in and you're doing it for yourself, it's just not as rewarding as seeing them do the work and you being there in the background kind of cheering them on a little bit.
Since we've got the groups through CSSD, I see big changes, like client changes and better decision making. So I've actually had clients stop me in the public because I live in the area and thank me even though, you know, they may have not been so thankful when they were here, they're definitely thankful now. So I appreciate those contacts to hear about that, because that's probably one of the best paychecks in the world.
I think my biggest advice, which I wish somebody given me, is, you know, just to realize that the AIC is on your side. This isn't part of probation and parole system, that the people here actually want to see you succeed. They seem to take a vested interest in you and care about kind of building you back up, which is something that no other part of this process has done. So that was really the biggest thing. I keep mentioning confidence, but I don't think I realized how much my confidence was down after coming through the legal system and working with the people here. They make you feel like a human being again, see you as a person, not as a inmate or a, you know, probationer. And it was just nice to be actually seen by people and feel cared about.
Because that greatness is within themselves, and they just have to bring birth to it and life to it. And this is why I love working here at AIC for Community Solution, because it allows me as a facilitator and the participants to build that bond, so that when they leave here, we're seeing success, and they're going to remember the skills that were taught and they apply it. Now, of course, if you would come just for the sake of coming and not apply the skills, then sometimes the outcome could be a little different.
My staff have been excellent. They love what they're doing. They love to work with their clients. And it just, like any other place, if you don't have the tightness and trust in each other, things don't work. In this case, here at Torrington AIC, and I'm sure all the other AICs, because I've been part of how they work, and it's just staff is what makes the gears turn.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. You know, everybody gets along with everybody, and we all complement each other in our jobs.
We all work together, and that's what makes the success as well, because the case managers will refer particular participants to one of the group settings. So sometimes the referral source sends them directly, and they do group. And then there are times when the case manager is doing the assessment, and based on the assessment's results, it indicates what type of group that participant should join, and that's how we build that team. And here at AIC, we work as a team. And Manny, we have a great program director who's very understanding and works very well with the staff completely. I mean, we always give Manny thumbs up, you know? So, and I think that's the great thing too, when you have a leader that's representing the entire body of the agency, that's what makes the participants and staff even grow up and meet the requirements of the mission and what this agency represents.
They've been a lot of help being able to come to terms with everything that's going on, be able to like deal with it. Like when I first came in, I was a real hot wreck. Like I was crying and just kind of like not able to hold my composure, even just to sit and like answer simple questions, because like I felt like my whole life ended, you know what I mean? And like I lost my man, I lost my house, you know, I was worried I was gonna lose my kids because like DCF got called, and then like I was worried I was gonna lose my job because I didn't have somebody to watch my kids anymore. And then I came, and so like just being able to come like every a couple times a week and be able to like talk to somebody and like realize that like everything's gonna be okay, it just takes time and stuff like that. Like I feel like AIC has really helped me kind of get through that. And you know, as much as I was kind of hesitant to be here at first, like I really appreciate everybody here for that.
I mean, I had worked in wholesale supply in the past and done a lot of sales and customer service type jobs, and now I'm actually looking to get back into the retail field, which is where I started back in my early 20s when I first came out of college. So I feel like I'm kind of starting over again, which has always been a negative in my mind until I came here, and now I'm seeing it more as a positive, a chance to reestablish myself and just hopefully it's more success like I had previously.